Hi, I'm Dan Fazio with Vetrepreneur, and today we're talking with Bob Harbage, a mentor with SCORE. Bob has agreed to tell us a little bit about SCORE and what mentors like him do for those interested in starting a business or who already own a business. Welcome, Bob.
Oh, it's great to be here on a rainy day on such a happy event with you. So it's in the middle of winter. Who knew?
Indeed. Well,
Yes.
thank you so much for your time. We very much appreciate that. So first, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and how you came to be a SCORE mentor.
Well, it's been a long journey, starting in the Air Force for 3.5 years in Davis-Monthan, and then I was at a reserve unit at Westover Air Force Base in Massachusetts for 6 years. But I have spent a career in corporate America and was a partner at McKinsey, a strategic consulting firm in the U.S. and Europe for a number of years, and retired and was looking to give back to some of the experiences that I've had in my career to people starting up a business. So I'm very active with SCORE, and I'm involved with the National Science Foundation through Carnegie Mellon too. So I know Pittsburgh well. I went to school at Carnegie Mellon a long time ago, probably before your parents were born. Who knows? But I have been giving back in the last 14 months that I've been a SCORE mentor, which has been a very rewarding experience. Probably talked to over 100 people either starting a business or have a business and have either questions or need help. And we offer a free service. SCORE is funded by the Small Business Administration in this country. There are 11,000 plus people like myself spread across the United States. There's an army of us, and we're easy to find online, score.org, and you can get funneled to somebody with expertise specific to what your business question is. So I found it a very, very rewarding experience.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about what SCORE is, what its mission is, and what the acronym means, for crying out loud.
Well, I can certainly tell you what SCORE does and what our mission is. And our mission is to help small business people start up a business and provide expert professional service advice. And we have webinars, we have templates, we have checklists, worksheets. So, for example, if you're starting up a business, we can give you a checklist that goes through what do you need to do in the first 90 days, 180 days, first year, second year, third year to get off the ground. We can provide you financial templates so you can track and report income. We can help you with marketing plans, templates, so you can create them. We don't create business plans. We don't create marketing plans, but we will provide you the mechanisms to learn how to do it, to coach you, to review plans, and to help. We've got an extensive program, for example. A lot of people want to start online businesses. They find that drop shipping a product to customers, if you're an influencer, is either time consuming, awkward. You have to deal with mail and postage and regulations and what you can ship and not ship. And that we've got a relationship, SCORE does, with Amazon, and Amazon's got a program where you can actually use them as a small business to drop ship your products. Okay. So we can train you about how to make that happen and save you hundreds of hours of trying to figure it out yourself.
Wow, that's great. So does this include as folks who may be interested in buying a franchise?
We have a whole series of opportunities to learn about buying a franchise. If you know the franchise you want, we can help you with a list of franchises. We can point you to a list of accountants and legal people who can help you with the documentation you need. to pick up a franchise or invest one and know that the contracts are fair, legal, and are mutually agreeable to both parties and not one-sided. So franchises are certainly an area of investment. What we see in the SCORE and the Small Business Administration is we typically see people wanting to start a business. I've only talked to out of 100 people, maybe 2 people looking at franchises, because it takes a significant amount of cash to invest in a franchise for Starbucks or McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell. I mean, those are nationally recognized franchises. And, I've had neighbors that have bought franchises for McDonald's, and they'll pick up a franchise, they'll buy it, they don't have to run it, but they'll fund it in the building of it, and it costs millions of dollars. Most of the people that contact us are starting a small business, looking at how to distribute their products, for example, on Etsy, or they have a cleaning business and they're trying to figure out how to fund a truck or 2 or 3 or 4 to do more commercial cleaning in commercial buildings, and how to grow their business. And so franchises tend to take an order of magnitude more funding than other opportunities. But if people have, family pots of gold, they're looking for ways to invest it. We're certainly capable and have lots of people with franchise experience who can assist in that.
Gotcha. So you mentioned that you're an Air Force veteran yourself. Do you work with veterans?
We do. And actually, veterans tend to seek out SCORE mentors who are former veterans. Their issues, if you will, tend to be the same as other people transitioning out of whatever activities they were doing for a career or ongoing. And there are a number of very specific programs that SBA has that focus entirely on veterans. In fact, I've got a number of slip sheets here, but for example, there's a program called Boots to Business and Boots to Business Reboot. Okay. And how do military service members and military spouses and veterans create a new business or start up business. There's another program that you can register for courses on veterans-owned small businesses and what you have to do to run a small business, and you get checklists, etc., on how to do that over a period of time and all the paperwork that it takes. And then we got surplus personal property for veterans-owned small business, because there's a lot of surplus property in the government, in all branches of service and military, let alone the Department of Energy and all of the other businesses, and how it is you can plug into reselling, if you will, surplus government property. So there are lots of ways veterans can interact and get support through the Small Business Administration / through SCORE.
Yeah. Bob, you mentioned you've worked with about 100 people so far as a mentor with SCORE. Do you have any success stories that you're particularly proud of or happy with?
Well, I'd like to think that every time a SCORE mentor counsels somebody, that's a success story. If the question is, do you have examples where people have actually been very successful? I can tell you there's several that come to mind, and we're always looking for success stories to publicize and give credit to people that have built a local small business in any part of the country. And we're certainly focused in Western Pennsylvania, Allegheny County, and Pittsburgh. One of the interesting things, they've got a couple that come to mind, these both happen to be single parents, happen to be women with children that they're raising, and one is heavily involved in fashion design and creativity of clothing, and was trying to figure out how to get it produced in Asia and then get it marketed on the web so she didn't have to have retail space. And as we were talking, it comes to be that the lady is a tanker fuel truck 18-wheeler driver at 27 in Western Pennsylvania, which I thought was astounding, because most of the guys I see pulling up at a local gas station with 20 pumps tends to be in their 50s, and they're lugging these pipes around to 18 different holes in the ground and filling up tanks. But she's been doing this to fund the family, and she wants to live her dream and her passion. And so we talked about how she could leverage her startup business rapidly, and it turns out that there's a real opportunity because of her age and her passion for design and clothing to upgrade the dress of people delivering gas, and could probably sell the industry out of truckers, long haul truckers, in style and design, or their partners who ride with him. I mean, it was a real fascinating evolution of the conversation, and that's exactly what she's doing. I talked to a person yesterday who was for example, a third grade school teacher, had 6 children, found herself recently divorced in the last 3 years with sadly an abusive relationship, and she had a horrific car accident, had a brain impairment, been in therapy for a year, and she's coming out of this dark hole. And she came up with a very novel, clever idea for a niche marketplace for cups with graphic designs and sayings on coffee cups, or glasses, or baby bottles, for educational experiences in homeschooling. A real niche. But she's got samples getting off the ground, and will be a success. So you periodically can tell people when they're going to hit the ball out of the park, and there are a lot of people that are dissatisfied with their current career, want to do something else, don't have a product, don't have a service, and they need help focusing on how to scale their business, or scale their idea into a reality. And that's exactly what we do. In corporate America, we had an expression of either you grow or go. So if your business isn't growing, you're going to go out of business.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we do. I also spend a lot of time, some time with the Schwartz School of Entrepreneurship at Carnegie Mellon, helping entrepreneurs, and then with the NSF, who's got a different model for delivering grant and money to PhD students who have a better mousetrap or a technology that they're trying to commercialize, and they go from a theory to a service to a product to a business. And so I also spend time helping that. So I just find the SCORE activity very rewarding, because there's a large footprint of people who are coming out of the pandemic, who are looking to do something outside of the, if you will, business corporate environment they're used to. Okay. And that's our sweet spot on how we can help people. The challenge, if you will, that everybody that I've worked for is working capital to roll the business out. The Small Business Administration has a series of programs that you apply through a affiliated bank to get SBA funding, And so the bank is the one who distributes the cash and the terms of the loan, if you will, and the collateral you need to get a loan to start a business. The Small Business Administration manages the procedures and the processes that banks use to get government money for small business loans. And then SCORE is the business process arm of the activity that helps people with business plans, marketing plans, financial plans, and how to ramp up a business. So that's how the three pieces come together between banks and SCORE and the SBA, if that's helpful.
So what's your best piece of advice for a veteran who wants to become a business owner?
It's real straightforward and real simple. Validate your idea for a product or service. Put together a plan. SCORE has a one-page business plan. I've taught at Penn State in sales and marketing and strategy, and I was skeptical that you could put together a one-page business plan that had any meaning. And it's actually a good format, a good exercise, and it gives a startup business entrepreneur a communication device on working with vendors, working with recruiting, working with financial institutions. And you just need a plan. Most people have an idea and want to start a business, borrow money from friends and family, take a second mortgage on their house, a home equity loan, because the interest rates are low. They bet the bank, and they're potentially at risk. So we have experts who give good, sound advice. It reduces and minimizes a veteran's risk, and the transition is not nearly as difficult as people might think after a career in the military to transitioning into being your own entrepreneur. You probably have more freedom than you've ever had in your life to make decisions and be in control of what you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it, where you want to do it. And that's something that the SBA and SCORE bring to the table to enable veterans to be successful.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add that we haven't talked about?
Well, score.org, and it can help you start your whole new career, or get help if you need it, or even if you don't think you need help as a veteran. It's worth a free phone call and to chat with some people about what you're doing to see if any new ideas or better ideas come to the table that can help you accelerate your revenue stream and your profitability.
Yes, and by the way, we never did define that acronym. It's so SCORE stands for Service Corps of Retired Executives, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Bob, we so much appreciate your time this morning and sharing your insight and your experience with us. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. It was a pleasure, Dan. Have a good day.
Take care now.
Okay. Cheers.